She returned on the dinghy alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her, but she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. What about this one? He never worked from photographs, so his paintings could be divided into two categories. There were the ones he painted from life, and the Echo River was a very good source for these because its currents were so unpredictable and the tunnels so dark. He rendered those in oil paint by lamplight, working for hours cross-legged on the porch of his houseboat/studio. Huh. Then there were the ones he painted from memory, mostly the memory of a single wreck he encountered as a much younger man, picking up litter where the coastal highway cleaves to the rocky beaches of Northern California. These were done in watercolor. He preferred to work on them in the morning, in a room he rented near the airport in Louisville. Huh. Real-world memories in a real-world place. He had some postcard-sized sketches in charcoal, too, of the Iron Pariah. It wasn't a wreck exactly, but it felt right. He tried to scribble one down every time he encountered it, though it was so unpredictable and he was so focused on details, he usually just ended up with a handful of inscrutable marks. Oh, okay, so I just, Alright, all the artists first. He said they took turns. He said they took turns. The water was cold, and the floating bicycle, while technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant enough for the both of them. Swimming is hard work, the hardest work that dog had ever done, he expected. They'd been traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through the icy water, stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. He had his belongings stuffed into a weathered guitar case at the end of a thin rope. It floated pretty well, so you only had to keep an eye on it and occasionally free it from a rock or some driftwood it was caught on. Yeah. Oh. He appreciated the offer, but they weren't in a hurry. They floated alongside in buoyant pots, bobbing, untethered. He corralled them with a long pole and a stream of small adjustments. Interesting. He just started work for the day, so his stock was full. He pushed a few bouquets her way. First was an elaborate bundle of pomegranates, arranged in the Roman style. He said it was for a particular kind of person. If it didn't remind her of anyone in specific, she'd better move on. Next, a delicate mixture of dandelions. He was feeling distracted when he first designed it, but some customers found it hopeful. Finally, an elaborate mixture of snapdragons, made to look domestic. He suggested it would make an appropriate apology bouquet. He drifted away with the current, pushing his flowers along with the raft. I'd be so nervous. I'd lose all my stock. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving. A moment of silence. House. It's just endless night out there. Ooh. say this act is making me very nervous because I have no idea if I'm supposed to be clicking on something. Oh, there's our pal. Okay, so that's 2. I'm guessing the shipwreck guy's gonna show up too. Are we starting a race? Is that why we're lined up? A moment of silence is all very well, but eventually you have to pick yourself back up and get back to moving. There's the wreckage again. I wonder if that's from the community TV station. So this can't be right. This feels like I'm supposed to be doing something and I'm not. I can't enjoy. I hope this isn't a enjoy the moment of silence thing, because I failed to enjoy it because the whole time I thought a glitch had ruined my game in some way. Let's see. Surely something should be going. Logging? What is logging? Why would you not say what it is? Multiplayer? The hell? Was there supposed to be a pop-up? I know sometimes on the beach there was at least one time where the pop-up didn't show and I had to click on blank air. Okay. Play until you encounter something. An image, a sound, a choice of words, a notable absence that reminds you of someone else in the room. Pass control of the game to that person. You don't have to explain yourself, and so on. Okay. Alright, so we've... Okay, so something is wrong because we've definitely looped around now. With nothing... Oy vey. Okay, so... I guess I'm probably going to have to cut around here. Putting down the timestamp. I'll see if I'm missing something. Okay. I don't really want to do this again, frankly. So you can paddle on towards West Virginia. Not to spoil the atmosphere, but I'm kind of nervous. Okay. Please let me move on. I'm going to be very sad. Legitimately unhappy. Oh, yeah. I'll let it run for 5 minutes. See if this is just the game teaching me about patience. Ha ha. And then when that doesn't work, I guess I have to message the developers on Twitter. Huh. So are these the nice divers, or are these the divers that work for the distillery and whom we should smash? Hello out there. Headed up or down? Yes, ma'am. They stop here every morning. I expect they're upstairs now, and Ida's got the coffee going. I could use a cup myself. It's cold down there. Well, head on upstairs, and she'll take care of you. I'll be along in a minute. I'm very, I'm still a little sad because while I was looking for how to solve my issue, apparently I missed a part where you can be the dog Homer, red in my case, or Blue if you chose Blue as the name, and you can choose to go with Conway, or you can choose to go on with Shannon and everyone. And I missed it. And I don't know why I missed it, but I did. Also, it turns out like every time I thought I did what the side project was. It turned out that I missed an important thing that you could do on the ship. So I'm. This is the most disappointed I think I've been with Kentucky Route Zero in my life. Who's that zombie back there? Just in time. We've already finished eating, but we're about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on board, getting ready for her show. Take a look at the menu. I'm sure there's something you'll like. Ida's a bit of a local celebrity. For cooking, I mean. Hey, Ezra was just asking about you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe go let him know you two are back, or... Where's the old man, anyway? Conway. Aw, bad luck. You'll get it next time. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got this. It's true. Sure, I have 1 quarter. Thank you. So, where's... I mean, that's the thing. It's like, they didn't take him. He chose. Okay. I have to say, I didn't know him very well, but he seemed like the kind of guy who was always on his way to somewhere else. Yeah. I'm gonna go sit down. Cool. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. Alright, Claw Maestro, let's give it another shot. So, let's see what's on top of the pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clam shells, a cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around the boom box underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. The cowboy hat is in the corner, so it was kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. It could be wrapped around something. What are you going to try for? I'm sorry, I gotta go for the octopus. I always gotta go for the octopus. The octopus, always the octopus. Wow, alright. I admire your confidence. Okay, when I put this quarter in, you'll have about 8 seconds to grab your prize, 1 for each leg. The octopus is square in the middle. Let me know if you need help lining it up. I've got a slightly different view of the field from up here. Ready? Here we go. I don't know. Is this... Okay. Am I supposed to do something? Aw. Oh no, I'm gonna mess it up for Ezra. Okay. Okay, it doesn't tell you where these things are. Okay. I'm guessing it's not right up at the front. Halfway along. Too far to the left. Okay. Nice. Yes! Oh no. The octopus was attached too securely. Oh. Ah, no good. I had a feeling that octopus was a little too comfortable in there. Hey, listen, it seems like that old man you were following around, I guess he had to leave. Is he coming back? Well, probably not. He's got himself on a trajectory, you know? Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me and Miss Junebug. I just want to make sure you know that. Don't abandon Julian. Oh yeah, he's your brother, you said, right? Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff in here. Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. I've never known why. Actually, I think it might be real food coated with shellac. Shellac? Probably shellac. Might be real food coated with shellac or something. Preserved. Oh, and look at this tentacle looking thing. It's half eaten. This is someone's meal that they didn't finish? Haha. Haha, you first. Whoa, hold on, I'm just kidding. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about. Like a beloved uncle had a mid-meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory. Oh, I'm sure your folks are fine, though. Are you worried about them? It is weird that they disappeared. Yeah, listen, that's okay to be worried. You're doing fine. Weird. Somehow I thought it was his truck and delivery and all. It was. That's what she's saying. He just left it behind. But you're going to deliver it anyway? Why? Yeah. That's right. He's our friend too. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there. Live with your legs, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. So, how was everything? How was the sweet cave snail? Devastating. You're a killer, Ida. Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across a whole cave snail colony down there about a year back. We've been leaving rock candy for them to gorge on since. We've just started harvesting earlier this month. That sounds kind of cool. Yes, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows more slowly in the dark. There's a fish in Lake Lethe that lives to 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. I've got a pot of bones in there that's been stewing for at least a week. I don't even remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't even remember what kind of bones they are. Oh, we need one for the road. Clara said she wanted a she wanted a mystery bone. Something primordial, she said. What does that mean? She must have meant something simple? No. Maybe she meant something old-fashioned? Yeah. I think probably this, because something from Very Deep would be very old. Could be. Here, you pick. I'm no good at this. Haha. Nothing older than balsamic spinach. Sweetwater, cuttlefish spread. None of those are particularly ancient. I know salamanders can live to be old, question mark? I don't think that's right. Kentucky remoulade. Mollusk cakes with orange butter sauce. Aged blonde. Ooh. Okay. That's kind of primordial. I'll go with this one. Good choice. Your friend will love it. I'll have that right out, sweetie. Ezra leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. The tentacle is solid and fixed in place. We used to steam those. Juicy, but I prefer them smoked now. Sorry I startled you, sweetie. This is the diver's table, and this was the diver's meal. This food is about 15 years old. It's true. Things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were fighting just to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband, Sam, was depressed. He couldn't catch anything. That was part of the problem. Most of what we served was shipped in frozen or dried, and I just threw it in the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, 2 young men came in for dinner. Seasoned divers, they said. Over 10,000 hours between them in Lake Lethe alone. They'd been out all day, salvaging parts from a riverboat wreck, and worked up a fierce hunger, they said. They ordered the whole menu without even looking. It was a short menu in those days. I sat them right there and went back to the kitchen. Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku and drinking malt liquor, his usual routine at the time. An hour later, I was cleaning up when Sam came bursting into the kitchen. "Ida," he said, kind of frantic, "these divers are still hungry. Bring them another course." And I said, "They already ordered the whole menu." Sam said, "Make something new. Keep making up dishes. Whatever. Just keep bringing out food." So I did, until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night, I could write a book. And it was good. Inspired. But I was working so hard and fast at the burning edge of inspiration, I didn't think to write any of it down. And I was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day, I knew I couldn't remember what all I'd done in the kitchen. Sam thought we could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right, so we just shellacked the whole table. Now when I need inspiration for the menu, I come and look here and think about all those ingenious dishes I threw together for those divers. Of course, they didn't pay their full bill. I heard one of them complaining to the other, "Let's just pay half and let them charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making up food faster than we could ask for it." I don't think that's how restaurants work, sir. But it all worked out. Things have really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success and our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most magnificent ingredients from his nightly dives. I better get back to work. Stay right here, sweetie, and I'll bring you a treat on my way back out. Oh, that's sweet. That's right. Wait for your treat, sweetie. He's been censored. Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day. The one and only. Ha ha. So, what are you? You look like some kind of squid, I guess. Kind of a mopey little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like sort of buttery. Well, that should be just fine. Skin feels like sandpaper. Huh. Well, she'll figure something out. I think I'll call you Lazy Black Squid. Hit song of the decade. Welcome to Sam and Ida's, the one and only Lazy Black Squid. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? We're pretty far down there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the first, except there were 2 divers who went before me long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you, anyway? I wonder. Hey, here ones, back in the bad old days. Two young guys, could have been brothers maybe. I was over in the corner with my coffee and crossword. Ooh, difference in testimony. Sudoku or crossword. I hadn't been able to catch a thing, so I'd have just fried up something from Frozen. Why am I getting this story again? Interesting. Well, these guys were hungry enough to eat it and asked for more, and they did at least as much talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers, and like I said, they might have been brothers. They had a kind of rivalry going on between them or something. Ida was about to write up their check, but I slipped calmly and quietly into the kitchen for a minute and told her to just keep bringing out food. I figured they wouldn't notice, caught up in their boasting as they were, and I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours about all the deep and dangerous dives they've been on, new tunnels they've discovered, all the weird creatures they'd encountered at the weirdest depths of Lake Lethe. It was like a dance. Nah, like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than the last, and I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and diving route they'd discovered. That's my map now, you see? For 15 years, I've been using routes those two young divers discussed right there at that table. Yeah, I could write a guidebook to the depths of this lake, but I don't dare. Someone would steal someone would steal my good diving spots, and then where would we be? See, people come here from all over just to try our daily catch because they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of it down, I just preserved that table where they had their meal so I can look at it to jog my memory, like they were eating pickled crab when they talked about that shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? It's my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you, lazy black squid. There is one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. I told you those boys were competing, right? One-upping each other, I mean. Each getting wilder, more adventurous as they traded tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there. Just going by touch and a kind of mental picture I can construct from their detailed boasts. And every time I explore a new diving spot from those recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt for a moment like he was losing some ground in their little duel, so he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blind shrimp living in a discarded refrigerator. And when I get down there, my diving bell cracks open on a sharp rock where he said that fridge would be, and that's the end of Sam and Ida's. To be honest, that possibility puts the fear of death in me every time I touch water. I love these two. I would watch a Wes Anderson film about them and their life. I don't know why Wes Anderson, but that's the first director I thought of. I'm sorry. Hey Sam, good haul tonight. We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good I think. I hit some trouble down by the narrow tunnel. Some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles just about sealed it up. Picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day. That's the important part. That's what people travel for. Yeah, there's a fish or two. Not too many. It's not like a surface lake where you've got sunlight propping up the food chain. Life down here grows slowly, patiently, quietly. Will you stay for a drink? I've got a dark rum that goes well with coffee. Ha ha. Don't. I think that might be the distillery. I don't know. I'm scared. Just passing through. Hey, aren't we all? Oh, she's got your food ready. You all enjoy your meal, all right? Sweet. Oh. It's been a while since we heard from the Bed Quilt Ramblers. Were they scuttled up in the diving bell?
passing through. My treasures and my hopes are placed beyond the blue. Many friends and kin have gone on before, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do?
Is heaven all I hoped it would be? What if there's only grapes?
And I can't feel at home in this world anymore. I have a loving mother up in glory land, and I don't expect to stop until I shake her hand. She's waiting now for me in heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you.
Indeed.
If heaven's not my
Listening to the river.
home, oh Lord, what will I do?
Whew. Every time, even just seeing it now, put just a drop of dread in my stomach. See that? Just looks like a swirling mess of garbage, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. End statement. Move on. I don't know why trash seems to collect right here, of all the spots on the lake. It's always been that way. Everyone just navigates around it like it was an island or something. It was all in one desk, like they have in schools, if I remember right. It's been a few years since I saw the inside of one. Those must have washed down from somewhere. I've never known there to be a school on the lake. Oh, there was Gemini School of Beauty. It was run by sisters, Cassie and Paula, indistinguishable except for their haircuts, but I wouldn't think they'd have used desks like that. We used to stop there most every night to let someone off for a cheap haircut. Student stylists, you know. They spared many a sailor the pain of a botched do-it-yourself do. But I guess they got in deep to the power company. Those blow dryers and curling irons burn a lot of coal. It's a shame they had to close down. The haircuts are gone, but the haircut... Oh, God. Oh, sorry. Power company. The haircuts are gone, but the hair keeps growing. Yeah, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. It's as good a history as I could ever tell. We arrived at a small houseboat neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasure of its residents, where Clara was scheduled that night to perform. That was interesting. That was a voice. I didn't see if there was a name attached to it. I thought it was, the objective describing, but it wasn't for once. Okay. Oh God, please. Okay. I'm... I don't know if there was a choice and I accidentally clicked through it. Oh. I remember this. I told you. Yeah, you don't have to say it. Only because it's always true. Haha. She played at the flower shop. Serrano opened. He was having trouble with his tape machine, so he just droned out on the lap steel. He got really into it, and he went on for like forever. Everyone was falling asleep. Not everyone. I remember the air was warm, perfumed. You were playing with some petals you found on the floor. I was looking at the ceiling. I remember the ceiling was glass. During the week, that room was a greenhouse. I don't know where they put all the plants when they had bands in. Maybe outside if the weather was nice. It was nice that night. Warm, smelled like spring. I remember the folding chairs. So uncomfortable, but I guess it was their only option. They had to pack everything up during the week so there'd be room to display the flowers. Wow, look at Ezra. He's wrapped. Haha. Yeah, he's really into it. So, we were talking about him earlier at the gas station. Sure, I haven't forgotten, Cricket. Cool, yeah, I know. Let's adopt him. Hey, what do you think about Ezra traveling with us for a while? We were in the back. I remember... a bearded guy sleeping in a chair with a bowl of chili in his lap. He seemed cool. You're a little put off by the smell. Of the chili, I mean. It was obviously spiked. Even that fresh, fragrant greenhouse, the boozy fumes stung a little. I've heard of cooking chili with a little bit of vodka, but that guy must have made a chili cocktail. Like a Bloody Mary with beans. I would have been content just to sit in that folding chair and drift on Serrano's lap steel sound waves, but you were feeling restless, so we went for a walk. If I sound hesitant or something, it's just... When I met you, when we met, we were nothing. Just these little gray shadows. And we grew and filled in, and... But we did all that together. Ezra, sure, he's just a kid, but he's already a person. What would that do to our system, our chemistry? Hey, I got the masters for the new record back from Lazar. They're okay, but What? You've listened to them without me? You were at the pet shop. I didn't think I could tear you free. Oh, okay. Anyway, there were a few spots where the strings distorted a little, and the whole thing has way too much reverb. But overall, it sounds pretty good. The new drum machine fits right into the mix. The new drum machine? Like a small child whose brother is a giant eagle? Right into the mix? Nice. The only question is how to do it live. I can't control the drum machine and sing and dance at the same time, and you've got your hands full of guitar. There was that toad. You put him in your pocket and you traveled with us for 6 months? What a charmer. What a delight. We got back to the greenhouse just as Clara was tuning up. She relaxed her shoulders, took a deep breath, raised both hands into their precise positions, and the room started shaking. Clara hit a note that made the glass rattle in sympathy, a perfect 2 octaves lower. She looked like a sorceress, tearing down the building with an effortless wave and incredible focus, coaxing the empty air into some kind of moaning, rattling demon. That's the thing about the theremin. It's the only instrument you never touch. You could see a wave of concern propagating through the greenhouse, people looking up at the trembling glass ceiling, looking at each other to see if anyone else was worried, trying to catch Clara's eye and discern if she was doing it on purpose or not, if she were really trying to bury us all in glass. I'm just saying, maybe we could use a third pair of hands up there. Oh! Think you could teach that kid to play a drum machine? Ma'am, I could teach a dog to play a drum machine. Well, that'll be our backup plan. It was a tense 5 minutes. We, the audience, alternated between fearing for our lives and lamenting hers that could have given her the kind of emotional experience to play this devastating song. Then slowly, gently, Clara's hands came to rest. The theremin went quiet, the glass stopped rattling, and the room relaxed, unharmed. I really like this. They do a very good job with character. I met a photographer once. I mean, one in particular. She even took my portrait. I can't imagine why. She said it would immortalize me. That was a metaphor, of course. She meant I'd never be forgotten. As she was disembarking, not far from here actually, the film fell out of her bag and was borne away by the current. I was working on deck at the time. She shot me a sad, apologetic glance, but I wasn't bothered. It's no shame to be forgotten. Conway. What was that? Spiral tube? I thought I saw something on the edge of the cave there. Silo of Late Reflections. As mentioned in here and there along that go. Is that our truck? Huh. Am I missing some audio? Couldn't do. Okay. That's about maximized. What's this place like? Dogwood Drive. It's in a small town, or... I really don't know. Haha. I've got the manifest the old man had in his truck here. Lisette's Antiques, mail order delivery, no return address. Shipping address 5 Dogwood Drive. Packing list. And then it's just numbers. I guess the inventory numbers of the antiques he was supposed to be delivering. Anyway, I'm glad you're coming with us. Ooh, did we finally know what the furniture was? Yes, I'm always eager to see more of the country. And I enjoy the company. I'll have to find a bus or a train to get on to Nashville by evening. Well, they have buses everywhere, right? Or, hey, I could drive you to Nashville. Seems I have a truck now. Only, how are we going to get up these stairs? Oh my god. Oh no. That's quite a staircase. Oh no. No way up but up. I guess we could wait for the mammoth to come back around and take us a little further down, but that won't be until late afternoon. Looks like we're making the rest of this trip on foot. Sure, I don't think anyone but us could get it started again. Alright, Cricket. Let's get this delivery packed and tied into bundles. We're hiking it upstairs. What's in there? Antiques, I guess. Antiques. Yeah, antiques are... It's like junk, but people will pay for it. Oh my god. When I lived in Savannah, Georgia, there were a lot of junk stores around. And that was always the euphemism. It was an antique store. Ostensibly, some of those things were old, I guess. Man, I did see because some of them, a fair chunk of them, are independently owned, and I do feel a little for reasons that aren't necessary to get into here. I don't feel bad about making him feel bad. He deserved it, but I was struck by how one guy's face changed when I referred to the store as a junk store. He very quietly corrected me. Oh boy. Oh well. Have better stuff, dude. And don't be evil. Sorry, I guess you'll be taking the bus after all. It's okay. It will be an adventure. Tired? Don't worry, lady. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just one act to go. It doesn't seem like a silo. Ooh, I did hear the bird. Oh, wow. End of Act 4. We don't know where Homer or Conway are. Boy, howdy. That was quite an act. That was about... I mean, I'm pretty sure that was the longest one they've made, definitely. It does make me understand that one quote they had where they said, like, it feels like we've done 10 acts. That was the size of at least 2. I feel. Maybe 3. A lot less, not very much map traveling. It's a river, so I guess you only go one way, even if it's in a magical realist underworld where you go in circles and end up different places. Yeah, I feel really bad about Conway. Conway seemed like just really resolved as to his own fate. I don't know. Some of the things he said sort of reminded me a little of a depression, where it's just like, you're in your head, you're just like, oh, well, this is just how it has to be. It's not like I deserve better. I keep having to remind myself that this is going to end up being a tragedy, because otherwise I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken when things don't turn out well for him. Whew. Yeah, even in the magical realist mythical underworld, full of ancient fish and feuding sisters, mushrooms, and warships manned by cats, you still have to deal with the dark effects of capitalism and corporations. Well, next time is Un Pueblo de Nada, House of Nothing. I have no idea what it is or how it works. I think it's meant to be one of the episodes made for WEVP, the community television channel, television station. I don't know if it's going to be like the entertainment, where there's some element of interactability. So I could be that guy in the play audience who keeps turning around and chewing on snacks and asking what the hell is going on. Or if it's just going to be you and I watching a TV show. And me awkwardly interrupting the action as I say my piece. I guess we'll find out next time in Kentucky Route Zero. Have a good night.